Welcome in, guys, and I am back to recap the NFL Week 1. The NFL Week 1 is over now. An interesting first week back in the NFL. Regular football is truly back. We start off with the Thursday night game. I talked about this in depth a couple of days ago. The reigning defending Super Bowl champions, the Kansas City Chiefs, were at home against my Detroit Lions. Again, the heavy favorites going to this game were the Chiefs, but surprisingly, the Lions. I talked about that in depth, but Dan came about a good game plan. My only concern going out of this game is about Brian Branch. I know he had a cramp. He had some cramp after the game. Well, during the game, he had some cramp. Had to come off. So I don't know about any more updates about him. I should have maybe done that before I recorded this video, but that's the thing is, but. Brian Branch had cramp, he had to come off. You had Travis Kelce, who picked up an injury a few days before the season started, so it's bad news for the Chiefs. Like, you're trying to become, the first team in 2 decades to retain a championship. In fact, win championships back-to-back years, and then you have Kelce getting injured. You got this whole contract dispute with Chris Jones. Is he going to stay at Kansas? Is he going to leave Kansas City? Who knows? But there was a rumor that he may have signed a 1-year deal. I don't know if that's true or not, but he wasn't in this game. And you could really tell that they missed, Mahomes missed Travis Kelce. He was a big loss for the team. Same for Chris Jones, especially that defense. That defense was getting rocked from the Lions. The Lions were going for it, like I said, and stuff like that. I said that in my recap, so again, you want to watch that, I'll put it in the link in the description box below, you can watch that. The stats for this game, Jared Goff threw for 22 out of 35, 253 yards, 1 touchdown. David Montgomery on his debut had 1 touchdown, 74 yards and 21 carries. Mahomes had 21 out of 34 throws, 226 yards, 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. But it wasn't enough because the Lions got the first win, and we roll on, and Ford Field's going to be sold out this year. First time, we've been there for 21 years, and it's hard to get a ticket home game. They're all sold out this year, so pretty good stuff. The Lions are 1-0. Going on to the early Sunday games now, we have the Buccaneers at the Vikings. Again, the Bucs versus the Vikings, 2 teams that, again, I said in my preview, I'm not really, the Vikings, they're probably going to be up there trying to get a playoff place this year. The Buccaneers, I don't really know about the Buccaneers this year, to be honest. The NFC South's a dumpster fire. We know the NFC North's a dumpster fire. So it's really Todd Bowles. I like Kevin O'Connell as a head coach. Todd Bowles, he's a decent head coach in the NFL. Is he what the Buccaneers need? Is he really what they want? But who knows about that. I'm not convinced. Again, why the hell have you got Baker in midfield and you didn't go for a quarterback when you knew Tom Brady, that championship window was very slim? You got that championship. You knew that time was coming when Tom Brady was going to retire. You should have gotten yourself another quarterback in, especially this year. You should have got yourself like a Trey Lance or somebody like that. But again, you want to go for Baker Mitchell for a year. Good luck with that one. But ultimately, the Buccaneers got the win, 20-17. You had Kirk Cousins, who had 33 out of 44 passes, 344 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. White had 15 carries, and it was a good day for the Buccaneers. They beat Vikings, and I'm thinking of Vikings, why did you not go for Trey Lance? And especially when he was getting traded away by the 49ers, he could have gone anywhere. He could have actually been a fucking starter in the Vikings or the Buccaneers. But again, it's going to be the same old Vikings this year. Then we have a theme for this weekend, which was great quarterback, top elite quarterbacks being mid this weekend. That's all we had all weekend. All of the first game we had really all weekend was mid quarterback was elite quarterbacks being mid. You had Joe Burrow was mid this on Sunday. Lamar Jackson was mid. Josh Allen was mid last night. Mahomes didn't do that well on Thursday night. So again, there's a lot of like, what the hell is going on? And again, people say, oh, Justin Fields, but yeah, Justin Fields is on the level as a Mahomes. He's on the level as a Burrow. He's on the level as a fucking Lamar Jackson. Again, it was just a bad weekend for the Bengals, bad weekend for Burrow, bad weekend for all the really elite quarterbacks that these the last couple of years have been in either Super Bowls or divisional games or whatever. And it was just a bad game. I mean, again, the Bengals here, they're on the road, divisional game against the Browns, divisional rival, and they lose 30-24. Not 3-24. Like, what the fuck is going on here? Like 3-24 the entire game against the fucking Browns. Really? Again, you're getting out by the Browns. The Browns. Again, this is the fucking Browns here. Come on, recent years they've been a top stuff. They had Baker midfield as a number one quarterback a couple years ago, and now you're getting beat 3-24 in a division game. I don't know, but Deshaun Watson had 16 out of 29 throws. He had 154 yards. He had got himself a passing touchdown. A bit of a stat here for the Browns is that this is the first time in back-to-back opening weekends that they've actually won the opening weekend game since 93-94. So first time in 30 years that the Browns have won back-to-back opening day in consecutive seasons. They haven't done that since 93-94. So again, bit of a stat there for the Browns. Then we go to the 49ers and the Steelers. I'm still not convinced with the 49ers, even though that they won. Even though that they beat the Steelers on Sunday. I'm still not convinced about them, to be honest. Brock Purdy's going to be your quarterback all year. 7th round pick, Brock Purdy's going to be your quarterback. Good luck with that. Good luck with... I mean, again, you've got yourself McCaffrey. Deebo Samuel's going to have a new deal. Kittle. So, all these guys that you have and you've invested in over the last couple of years. But you give away Trey Lance. Why the fuck was that? What the hell was going on? What was John Lynch thinking? Giving away Trey Lance for Brock Purdy. There's a reason why Brock Purdy was number 7 in the draft. He was he was in the 7th round because he's not good enough for the NFL level. Again, he had a good couple of games at the end of last year in the playoff games, but that's because again, he was raw, unproven, and nobody knew about him. Again, and you know what I mean? Like, nobody knew about him. He's raw. But again, everybody can have a good game. You know what I mean? The fact is, Zach Wilson had an okay game last night. My point is, Brock Purdy is mid. Then you had McCaffrey, who had 22 carries, 152 yards. Kenny Pickett had 1 touchdown. He threw for 13 out of 46 passes, 232 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. McCaffrey 1 touchdown as well. And the 49ers win 30-7. Again, I look at Matt Canada. Is he really? I mean, Matt Canada sucks as an offensive coordinator. Then we go to the Jags and the Colts. You have Anthony Richardson making his NFL debut, which I was excited to see him. He had a good showing as well. He had 24 throws out of 37, 223 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Then you had Richardson 24 passes, 24 to 37 passes, 223 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, and the Jags win 31-21. Again, the Jags, they're probably going to be up and win their division, get a playoff place, but I don't know if they're not contenders yet. But Brandon McManus, he made his debut for the Jags. Then we had the Panthers versus the Falcons in NFC South division game. You had Desmond Ridder starting, and then you had Frank Reich
and Bryce Young. Bryce Young made his NFL debut. Bryce Young threw for 20. He threw 20 for 38, 146 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Desmond Ridder threw for 15 and 18. He had 454 yards, 1 touchdown, and Sanders had 18 carries and 724 yards. And the Falcons win 10-24. That's the first time that the Falcons have won their opening game since 2017. Then you had the Cardinals versus the Commanders. Two teams that are a dumpster fire. Two teams that, again, in transition. You have Dobbs, who again started this game. Dobbs started this game because Kyle Murray is injured. 21 out of 30 throws. You had Ramson, who had 550 yards, 19 carries, and the Commanders won 16-20 and got the job done. Then you had the Titans versus the Saints. Again, why was Will Levis not playing in this game? Again, why did you draft Will Levis in the second round to have Ryan Tannehill play the game? I don't understand this logic. Stop going for it. This is what I hate about the NFL coaches, is that they go and have the young quarterback sit behind the quarterback that's established. Tannehill is mid. He's an okay quarterback. He's an okay starter in the NFL. But why the hell is Will Levis sitting? He's 24. He needs to be playing from day one. He needs to be playing on the first week. This is what happened with Kenny Pickett last year and Justin Fields and so on. Stop with the whole of, we're going to have him sit on an iPad and watch. It doesn't make any sense. How's he going to learn to adapt to the NFL if he doesn't play on week 1 and actually get to grips with the NFL? Will Levis should have started this game, but Tannehill threw for 16 out of 34 passing yards, 198 yards, 3 interceptions. Carr, 23 out of 33 throws, 305 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, and the New Orleans Saints get the win. Then we had the Texans versus the Ravens. Like I said, Lamar Jackson was mid in this game, but they got the job done because, again, that's just because the Texans are trying to find themselves. They got a new head coach, they got a new quarterback, new head coach, so they got to really find their system and really find their groove in the NFL. You had C.J. Stroud, who had 28 out of 44 throws, 242 yards, 3 interceptions. Lamar Jackson, 17 throws out of 22 throws, 169 yards. And then Zay Flowers, I was impressed with him. He had a really good game on Sunday. I was really impressed with Zay Flowers. He had a good couple of cameos. I was really a fan of seeing him and seeing what he could do. I'm glad that he got his first start in the NFL. Looked good. He looked good as well in the game. He has 78 yards, and he did a pretty good job. Then we had the Raiders versus the Broncos. You have, again, the Broncos, Josh McDaniel. Not the Broncos. You have Sean Payton versus the Raiders. This is the first time that Sean Payton and Russell Wilson worked together. See how it goes. Jimmy Garoppolo defeated Russell Wilson. Defeated Russell Wilson. 20 out of 25 throws, 200 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 touchdown. Russell Wilson had 2 touchdowns, 27 out of 34 throws, 177 yards. Then we had the Eagles versus the Patriots. It was 25-20, and the Eagles get the win. You had Jalen Hurts, who had 22 out of 33 throws, 170 yards, 1 touchdown. Elliott had 7 carries, 29 yards. Mac Jones had 35 out of 54 throws, 316 yards, 3 touchdowns. But it wasn't enough, and the Eagles held on, and they got the win. Then we had the Packers versus the Bears. Bears! Football! Oh my god. And again, you think Bears, Packers, you look at the fucking Bears. What the fuck have they been doing this offseason? They look fucking lost. They looked lost on Sunday at Soldier Field. The offense was bad. What the fuck is Ryan Postman doing? He had that investment with Donald Wright. Donald Wright, he's a good addition. He can protect Justin Fields. You got DJ Moore from the Panthers, and then in return, the Panthers get a second round pick. And I'm like, DJ Moore had like 2 touches the